right? Or maybe I can, but it's only 15 gigs.
Okay, let's see.
But I want to see if this thing goes through what you're trying to do.
Alright, try and see. I started the stream, try to see if the sound is coming through for Cybertron.
Alright.
We have no choice, Bumblebee. The war is lost. Leaving our home is the hardest decision I've ever had to make. It has been a long, painful...
We got sound!
It's what?
We got sound!
Beyond that portal is our best.
John?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Your business. It's what? Your business, I hear it.
Well, there we go.
We're approaching the portal. That indicates it's growing more unstable.
John's playing Transformers Fall Cybertron with full sound.
It's about fucking time. Have I not been at, like, I know I like, cause this thing, I like Devastation, you've seen me do Devastation, but I wanted to do this one. Cause
So,
this is, huh?
You think it was Activision causing this issue for you?
I don't know, because they have a lot of shit that they've gone, when it comes to like, rights and sounds.
He's been through
Right.
Voice chip is still crushed. Nothing new there. Base energon levels are almost normal. Overshields are charging up. I need to test your retinal scanners. Follow the light.
My retinal scanners follow the light. You're damn right I'm gonna follow the fucking light. Wait, where do Autobots go when they die? That's the question.
Well, to be fair, if this was old EA, it probably would have been worse because you probably would have been blocked from trying to stream the game if it was old EA. If they had Transformers.
I would have been pissed off if, well, here's the thing. I know we have Fall of Cybertron. Why the fuck did they not, why didn't they port or remaster fucking Transformers War? War is the only one that I still haven't played since the PS3. I want to play that now.
Yeah, guys, we're in Lock John can stream, and yes, I'm finally I'm downloading this season or whatever because I am gonna finally make an account, which I kind of have to because
oh shit,
it's a stupid campaign.
Get off my ship, you Deceptifucks!
Apparently, you need an account for everything to get on multiplayer. Don't ask me why.
I think that's. I'm telling you, that has to be Canada, because over here it's optional. Over there, I don't know if that could be from what you've been dealing with. That's the same thing. I wonder, and that's like, you know how I told you about the whole, what was the other, what was the fucking thing we were dealing with the other day? I know the other day we were talking with Minecraft's problem.
Well, almost, except with Minecraft, have you? I was gonna ask you about the Minecraft. Have you tested? See if
I gotta I'm gonna re-download it.
All right.
It's just I'm waiting to do, actually I'm gonna do it because here's the thing, I'm doing all this stuff at least until before the end of this month because I'm trying to do everything, all my stuff on my channel, because I know I gotta take a week or so off so everything can be set up at my father's place.
Oh, I see. You're moving into the boost?
Yeah, like he's gotta set the Wi-Fi in his house.
Oh, I gotcha.
I mean, he's got everything, other setups that I need, which is fine, but he doesn't have,
It doesn't have that Wi-Fi, which you need.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I heard the sound.
You know, oh, you know what the problem is? I'm gonna have to make one sacrifice. That's what's muted. The sound, the music. It holds everything else, but it doesn't hold the original Transformers theme.
Oh, so they muted it?
I mean, I can live without that as long as I can hear the characters, hear the action, hear the fucking game. As long as I can hear everything else, I could fuck off.
Does it have to do something with very copyright violation?
That's probably what it is.
But why Transformers music? Like, is it really that big of an issue to hear the music?
I don't think so. It shouldn't be. Like, yep, that's Shockwave. I know Shockwave any fucking where. That's his tentacle move. See, okay, I what's funny is people got into, alright, fuck it, this can't be a fucking history lesson, this has to be a playthrough, because I finally got what I was asking for.
Well, maybe we can somewhat talk about it, but it's not gonna be.
That's it. I want to fucking, okay. Did you watch all of them?
What, all the
all six Transformers movies.
The only Transformers I saw was from Michael Bay with Bumblebee. That's about it.
Wait, so you saw the Bumblebee movie?
The one that had Bumblebee.
Bumblebee, yes. Just about him? Okay, you started with actually a good one.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Cause okay, you remember that opening sequence where they're on Cybertron?
Yes, I remember.
Okay, you was able to identify everybody from the You identified who the fucking Decepticons and the Autobots were.
Oh yeah,
so what's wrong with Michael Bay saying that nobody would recognize or everyone would find the G1 designs lame in live action, but you just saw fucking G1 in live action, especially when Optimus leaped into the fucking air, body slams a Decepticon, pops another fucking Decepticon with a damn, what the fuck was his cannon name? I know his cannon. I think it's his, whatever. You know what Optimus's gun looks like.
I was gonna say, why'd you take the image there?
Huh?
Why'd you take the image of there? Like your HP was down to 1 and then it recharged. What was that about?
My what?
Oh, is it because of the fire you went through?
Oh yeah, because I get burned. It's not. It's still. Remember, well, this is like the beginning part. The war's fucking raging on from the end of the first game. But yeah, like this one, see, like with this game, for example, you can tell it had at the time a modern aesthetic, but they still look like their G1 counterparts. I mean,
I was gonna say,
huh?
You know what I'm planning to do? I'm considering watching the Transformers anime because they look like they'd be fun to watch.
Oh, it is. That's a good one.
Yeah, I'll probably watch them tonight. And I don't know if anybody's in the chat, but I'm gonna see if I can test and see if I can stream myself just to get out of the way. But I'm not gonna do it today.
Oh, there we go. Change form. See, the funny thing is when these two games, the was it War and Fall, follow the original background of what the hell happens. The war. So every character in this game hasn't what's the word I'm looking for? The Autobots and the Decepticons haven't scanned Earth vehicles. So on Cybertron they had appearances that looked similar to you know, what is it? Their robot forms still look the same when they transform, but here you see Bumblebee. Even though he's here, he looks like where normally he would look like a buggy or a Lamborghini. On Cybertron, he just looks like a little hover car, but it's still that's his original look. But you could still tell this is him. See, that's why when I like Devastation, it's funny how when Devastation came out, that game is praised up the ass, and that's G1 all around. Now this, the only thing they do is that they take the only person, have you ever noticed, why does Megatron have so many damn looks?
That's a good question.
It's like, can he not have a set look? See, in the Cybertron games, he's got a different look. In the fucking Devastation, he's got a different look. In all the movies, he's got a different look. So I'm like, how many forms does the leader of the Decepticons need? I mean, Jesus Christ. I understand. Okay. But there's one thing I could say about all the Michael Bay movies. They do one of a few things right. Some people say, okay, this is what I don't understand. This is even coming from, I've noticed some Transformers fans say this. all the Autobots, at least in the movies and the Decepticons, have the personality we know them to have. It's just their appearances were way too fucking... I mean, the Autobots at least look more like themselves, but the Decepticons, they went over the... too over the fucking place with them. Megatron is the only person I would say, okay, his first remake body from the Transformers 2007, that remake, like, that, like, you haven't, fuck, you didn't even see this, so you don't know what his look looks like, do you, Libra?
What, in this game?
No, from the first Transformers movie, the live action.
Oh, it's been a while since I remember that.
Yeah. Well, let's just say he has a better. Okay, the first the look they remade for him in live action was good. Cause okay, his original iteration is a tank, and he turns into a giant fucking gun, like a big ass Magnum. But I'd be like, okay, Megatron, I could give him a change in appearance. I hate Transformers: The Last Night, the 5th movie, because how is it that you finally give us a good Megatron, but in the worst of the series? Like, oh shit, there goes Megatron and Optimus right now on my screen, Libra. See, that Megatron,
Yeah,
I don't have an issue with, I don't have a problem with that Megatron. That Megatron right there, and that's the original. Like they get the voices to do it, and that's enough.
Megatron.
But you see how right there, you see how that Optimus, that was the Optimus you saw at the beginning of Bumblebee. He doesn't look like an Earth. He doesn't look like an Earth truck yet. Like he didn't scan it, but you can still see that that's his design.
I liked in the old Transformers where...
okay, I was wrong, Libra, there's music playing.
Oh, okay. Well, anyways,
I was wrong.
The old Optimus always went, Megatron!
Now the thing about the Optimus in the movies, they toned him back, and what I mean is, he's not the over-preaching lead, like he doesn't over-preach. Which we get, that's his thing, that's what he does. And for him it works, but I know in live action people are gonna say it's redundant, so he only does his big speeches, and you know, like what he's doing right now in this intro, like where he internally monologues or talks about what goes on. He only does that at let's say at the beginning of the movie for an introduction, the big speech in the middle of them, like for the battle, and then at the end to close out the film. He would only do it a total of 3 times. See, that's Ironhide. Ironhide, if you see the Bay movies, Ironhide is just a black SUV. Oh, I'm playing as Optimus now.
Good old Optimus.
And all these robots, it's like, you know what the thing is? They also need to give the robots... See, I'm looking forward to the people... A lot of people are not realizing that the new Transformers movie is not only an origin movie, it's the start of the reboot. It's the first new reboot. Because they said the one thing I wanted to hear, no humans. No humans. Fuck them.
Well, I was gonna say, good thing about the Transformers series. I'm so glad they don't have anybody that's trying to make it work. I'm so glad.
You can't make Transformers woke. And even if you did, even if you made the humans woke, you'll be happy to see them get blasted in the destruction. You won't give a fuck. You know you won't. I damn sure won't. If somebody,
well, you know what I mean. What I mean, because you know how usually when
here we go. All right, tell me this. Okay, like you said, this is an iteration of Optimus Prime. So now he hasn't scanned the truck yet, like on Earth. But here, he has a robotic form of a truck. You still know who he is, with or without that truck form. So it's like, why is it so hard for them to just... I tell you this. I mean, here's the thing. Paramount, or whoever's in charge of Transformers. Listen to this. I got an idea for you. Just do War for Cybertron and Fall of Cybertron as a 2-part movie, and then do maybe the third film where a war comes to Earth. But bring characters. There's human characters in the show that are done 100 times fucking better. That they got reasons for being there.
I know this is off subject, but do you think DC? Do you really believe DC just hates their fans, or do you believe DC thinks that they're untouchable, that they can't
both?
do their business? You think it's both?
Yes.
I wonder who is that mindset of DC to make everything go far left.
It's the head president, Ann Cernoff. I don't even have to say that she's a woman by that name.
Call a woman.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to call her a woman. She's a woman. Damn, look at that debris. That was cool.
Identity confirmed. Enter Optimus Prime.
See, you know what's funny is, okay, again, I hate what the Bayverse did to the Transformers, but when they gave an explanation that I could believe, like, because they were coming up with, okay, I don't know if this is part of Transformers lore, or if this was an original concept for the films, but I could believe it if Optimus was a fucking... Because they try to describe the Transformers culture was no different than Earth, like... For as long as Cybertron has existed, the Earth has existed, and fucking Cybertron had, like, their own medieval eras and stuff like that. Like, Optimus is supposed to be a knight from Cybertron. So you wouldn't think so, but when he took his fucking... When he returns in the 4th Transformers movie, the motherfucker accessed his knight schematic. So, you see how he's bulky here? He's not bulky... he's not bulky in the later films, since when he accesses his knight schematic, he literally looks like the motherfucker looks like he's the King Arthur of the Transformers, and I can't complain about that, because see, if that's one thing they never fucked up on, was his design. In fact, they overly designed him, but I get it. You want to make Optimus cool, but I mean, Optimus is cool the way he is. I would only say give them upgrades like they did in the cartoons, like the little, what was it, the mini-cons and all that. Let's say if you want to start having robots fuse parts, because they try to do that in the 2nd movie. What's funny is they included a concept from the show that made no sense because Michael Bay never introduced it in the movies till there, where fucking Optimus got fused, like a Decepticon turned good. He ripped out his Energon heart, and they all fused his parts onto fucking Optimus, so Optimus was like a goddamn truck and a jet. But I mean, I can't say that, as funny as Michael Bay sets up shit stupidly, but then the payoff is it's fun to watch. Cause I mean, like I said, you're not going into it, you don't care about the fucking people. You're going into it because you want to see these guys beat the shit out of each other.
Wait, how'd you accumulate so much currency?
Libra, I've beaten this game how many times?
Oh, this is New Game Plus?
Yeah. But that don't change shit. The enemies still become a pain in the ass. Especially the specific type. Get out my way! See, these motherfuckers are treating each other like homeboys and actual soldiers. Like, they don't sound so... Like, in the movies, they sound so systematic and uptight. It's like they're so serious. But in the fucking games and all that, they make them like people. They talk like people.
I'm doing my CD collection, listing them off as I go through, and I play them on stereo.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, really? You have a CD collection?
Yeah, I feel bad for Chris, because when he tries to talk to me about music on Facebook, I draw a blank because that's not my strong field. The thing is, I will prefer listening to, like, let's say, see, if that's one thing I'll say about the Bay films, they're shit, but their soundtrack was amazing.
I'm
That's
not gonna lie. I used to have a CD player, but then I moved to MP4, so I got an MP4.
What's up, Hollow?
But let's be honest about the CD format. It was kind of pain in the neck because you had to rip everything onto one CD, and there was only so much the CD could.
Yo, am I the only person? Because I'd be seeing pictures. People put a picture saying that if you didn't use LimeWire and fuck up your parents' computer for your own music, you didn't live. I was like, I don't know what protection we all had on the computers, but every time we used LimeWire, I didn't have that problem. My sisters and my mama and even her boyfriend was able to get their fucking music on their MP3s.
I was gonna say LimeWire's technically pirating the.
Yeah, I know. Well, that no shit. If I could do that for Nintendo, that'd be great.
Well, to be fair, I think everybody's still trying to find a way to emulate and ROM Nintendo games, and Nintendo just needs to give up that battle of trying to get rid of their games.
Yeah, seriously, that's not gonna work.
Like what? Oh, the online subscription? Give me a fucking break. You don't even have all the games that launch.
Yeah.
Nintendo.
See, where I'm going at out there, I know one of my cousins knows how to do that, and I'm pretty sure he's got a spare shell in his house some fucking where, or if not, I know he'll get it for me. He knows how to, he has the fucking NES's, and he takes the minis and he converts, like, he turned his fucking PlayStation 1 mini, or PlayStation 1 Classic, into an actual PlayStation 1 Classic. He has it running, he says he's got it running on 4K, and he's able to fucking, he has every PlayStation 1 title with a terabyte of fucking storage space for save data.
Oh shit. Screw LimeWire, physical CDs or the code. Christopher Parker said. Well,
no, I know, but that was the thing about it. I was in school back then, Chris, when that was big. So of course you're gonna use that. back when your fucking MP3 player also had a flash drive on the side.
Who do you think is in charge of Nintendo that's so uptight about emulation of ROMs? Why did they?
Nintendo of Japan.
Well, why should they care though? I mean, shouldn't they?
I don't know. Cause Nintendo of America don't really say shit that much. Unless you're causing physical harm to the IP's license.
I know what you mean by that.
Oh shit, give me back my fucking, I like the Neutron rifle. The Neutron rifle fucks shit up. Give me this.
But the game preservation is terrible on the Nintendo console because...
Yeah. Because they did it, you know what's funny? They did it on the worst selling console, but they gave people what they wanted. The Wii U had a shop, the eShop, where you can buy, people were willing to pay for the classic games, and you could play them on there. So like, what the fuck? Why'd they get rid of it? You had a money maker right there.
I was gonna say, isn't the Wii U store closed now? Did they finally close it, or?
Yeah.
Jeez. Way to be consumer friendly, Nintendo.
But yeah, people gonna keep buying their shit. Why do you think I don't never get their shit day one? I can wait. Cause the problem is, here's the thing. I'm not gonna get. Unfortunately, I'm not. You know what's funny is they're so anti-consumer, but they do take their time with sequels to their games and actually make games of their licenses.
I'll put it to this way: when it comes to third-party content being uncensored, I'll give them props for keeping it that way. The thing they need to relax on is just relax on people trying to preserve their games. Like, what's wrong with playing a Super Mario RPG?
Yeah, because Lord knows, can you imagine if, I swear I would do this too, if I was able to have a second PlayStation emulated out and with live stream capabilities. Nintendo get pissed.
That'd be a dream.
So would Susan.
I thought she resigned. Like,
well, right now they still have someone. It's like she still has to do all the main. No, she's gonna after her term. But she's still right now. But she's trying to put all this stuff in place. That'll be hard to.
Comics, Christopher said.
Yeah, no, he's right.
I agree with that. Yeah, like I don't know. I'm surprised Susan's terms are up. I thought maybe they'd be up by now since she's resigned for a while.
I wonder with that woman already, because she needs to go.
No disagreements there. I'm not sure if I told you what happened, but one of that Miku video that I had, they said they took it down community guidelines, and I appealed back. So,
you got it back? Wait, you got your video back, right? Or no?
Why you guys? I put it dead in. Yeah. No, I did. I got back, but what I said.
How the fuck did you get your shit and I didn't get mine? That's how I'm lost.
I guess they feel like I was more willing to give it back, but what I basically said in the appeal is, why you guys striking me down, but that guy that had the video, his stuff is still up, and mine has to be penalized. And as soon as I submit that appeal, they're like, okay, we restore it.
Man, they can kiss my fucking ass. Man, that's fucked up. I mean, not for you, but yeah, it's fucked up what they did, because it's like, oh man.
You want your Last of Us 2 fanboy digital sector back, don't you?
Yeah, seriously. Which again doesn't break the guidelines at all.
It's too bad you don't have a spare copy, because I would just upload it to my channel.
I didn't think to keep no, cause no, Keo's got it.
Oh, does he?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you should just give me the file. I can upload it.
Yeah, just get it from him. That's because I don't have it. Just oh shit!
I'll do that.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
I gotta hide.
Yeah. By the way, Keo really wanted to take a break, so he's not.
Okay.
No, I'm just letting the audience know.
Jump to the window. Wait. Oh, I could do this.
The thing about the problem with physical CDs, like everything else, if you don't have the space for it, it's hard to get physical. It really is, because let's just say this: I don't live in a place that has the luxury of having a whole lot of physical things I get. That's why I don't buy every.
He lives in the rural parts of Canada. The nearest town is 5 miles.
John, if you were here, you'd be like, what the fuck? Because, like, seriously, we have 2 hills going down. There's one hill that goes to downtown, and then there's a hill that goes to my mall that has my GameStop inside.
What the fuck?
I'm serious.
I'm not going on an adventure to go get some video games. The fuck is this? Oh, it was the Fellowship of GameStop.
You'd probably be questioning how that
I did it in fucking California. It's the same shit. You don't know, trying to go down to fucking GameStop. It's like going down. It's like going down the hill, quick zigzag, back up the hill, then a block, then going back doing the same shit going the other direction.
It's even worse for bus services here. If you took the bus services, oh man, you'd be questioning why they putting this system like they did. You would hate the bus route. Oh, and by the way, they don't allow you to wear a face shield on there. You have to wear a face covering and a face shield on the bus, which makes no sense.
These things are savage. Where are the artillery controls?
They should be just around the incoming.
Oh shit! We all got blown up.
Are you alright?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I used to download stuff. I got Taylor Swift UT, and that's one of the with that blood without the wrapping. Okay. The thing I didn't like about LimeWire is you're kind of prone to getting viruses.
It's a fucking seriously. What was the sacrifice for your entertainment?
I'm not gonna lie. I kind of didn't like that when I was trying to download certain
Oh shit.
things. My computer just popped up giving me a notification that I got a virus. I'm like, fuck! I don't want a virus.
Go back and try to use it now. You'll have the FBI in your house.
Nah, that's okay. Landmark sucks anyway. You know what you do? There's something called YouTube to MP3 converter, which is actually legal.
I already got that.
It's a legal way to emulate your songs and video game music. There you go.
So they just mute the prologues music because it's the Transformers theme, but everything else is playable, alright? So that's a consensus.
I briefly used LimeWire before I discovered YouTube, then I tossed my MP3.
That's the thing, I didn't have a computer. I didn't have my own computer for a long time. We all had a family computer, so it's like I wasn't on it most of the time. I had the PS2 and the MP3 and all the freaking video games in the room, so imagine where I was listening. I had to give my sister or my mom the list of stuff that I wanted to listen to, which was mainly the fucking soundtracks from the video games or anime related music, and then just have that. The only time I ever got on the computer was when everybody started fucking leaving or leaving the house.
And I stopped using an MP3 because it kept crapping me out. Well, to be fair, I think MP4s are not that exactly that much better.
Oh, the ones I had, we used to have some good shit. I mean, I'm not gonna say I got most of my electronics through legal means, but I got them.
Actually, I technically got a Walkman, but allows to rip MP3.
Okay, Libra, you're gonna say, God damn, John, you must have had some fucking contacts. When we first moved to Florida, my mom immediately was able to make friends, but when we came, because here's the thing, I came with the Super Nintendo and the Nintendo 64. Got, like I told you at the time, I got that PS2 for Christmas, and all that. But tell me how her friend, I guess her co-worker came over that day. He just wanted to drop some games off. He was like, "This here." He's like, "I went ahead and went to EB Games, got these for your son." And she's like, "Oh, that's nice. How much that cost you?" He's like, "Oh, I got some contacts. I was able to get it for me." He got me the fucking entire, like, mind you, I already had the Mega Man X series, like, at least from the ones that were on the Nintendo, Super Nintendo, like all the current ones there. And then he got me the rest of the X games that were on PlayStation 1. So, but he pulled me to the side. He told me how I did it. He was like this. He was like, "Mall security sucks. Here you go." I was like, shit. I was like, "Wait a minute, but how'd you get behind the glass?" He's like, "These idiots don't know how to put shit back after Black Friday." I'm like, okay, I can't say shit. That was the first time I played the PlayStation Mega Man X games. But then Lord knows one day, fucking, tell me how my mom's, one of my mom's her co-workers, which was one of her best friends at the time, broke up with her husband. Her husband never came back to collect his entire, he had about 50 PlayStation 2 games. He never came back to get them, along with the memory card and the controller. So one day when my mom picks me up from school, she just shows me this backpack. She's like, "Open it." And I was like, "What the fuck? What the fuck did I mean, in my head, obviously I'm not gonna think to curse at the time, but if I was cursing back then, I would literally say, "Where the fuck? How in the fuck?" Cause I mean, what's the first thing I opened that's in my face? Final Fantasy X. I'm like, oh shit. Then underneath that, it's fucking Silent Hill 2. Yeah, let's just say I had a lot of shit I was obviously not supposed to play. Vice City, GTA 3. This motherfucker had quite literally at least enough for my gaming set to start going. He had Devil May Cry, fucking Code Veronica X. I basically had the fucking essentials. You know, if you would say anything, if you would say that's PlayStation Essential, at least I had the PlayStation 2 Essentials. I had Jak and that, the Precursor Legacy, and my cousin ended up getting me Jak 2. Oh yeah, trust me, I got a lot of shit. I had a lot of shit. A lot of shit he gave me.
Honestly, if I had the space to do it, I would actually buy a record player. Remember seeing those record players?
Mm-hmm.
They had to get the record on, put the thing on.
Someone wants to kill me because I have the 25th anniversary gold signed edition of Michael Jackson's Thriller.
Oh, you do? Oh, dude, that's worth.
Not the. I don't have the big vinyl disc. I have the mini one. I don't have.
Oh, okay.
I have it when they were starting to do it in. Cause remember, vinyls were up until the vinyls were at least up to the early mid '90s. Then CDs fully came into swing. I have its first iteration CD print.
That might be somewhat worth some money still. Probably not as much as the vinyl one.
Yeah. That's like trying to tell me to sell my Yu-Gi-Oh cards at this very moment. Hell to the fuck no. I'm only 27. I would think by the time I reached 27, they would be worth even more. I said, nah, I need to keep them a little longer.
Do you have like those first edition Blue Eyes that came from Legend of Blue Eyes?
One of them. I have one of them. I don't have all three. See, I have that first looking version. I have the second. Okay, I have three since I do. When I play with my cousins, I do use my Blue Eyes White Dragons to make Ultimate. I have the first print, the second print, and the third print of each as my 3 Blue Eyes. Then I have Shining. I have Toon. I basically got those other versions of the Blue Eyes White Dragon that has come out, or his spin-off iterations. What the fuck, man? I keep forgetting it's this way. Go this way. There we go.
All right. Well, how much is it selling for?
What do you mean?
Legend of Blue Eyes. First edition right now on America is worth $5 grand.
Now imagine if I had all 3 versions. All 3.
And by the way, this is the near mint. I imagine you're probably gonna get more since it's in mint condition. I would imagine, right?
Yeah, you can just tell. I mean, you can only tell its age that when you build a deck, and the cards don't look white on the side anymore. But that's due to age. Cause you notice how even if you keep your cards, you notice how over time it's just fucking on the sides. It's like they're not all white. They're like white, tan, and brownish color over time. I don't know why that happens.
There's a BPT Secret Rare Blue Eyes, and it's nowhere near as expensive of the Legend of Blue Eyes, but it's still worth $160 US. That's how much it's going for right now. But yeah, oh man.
I do like when I get to the Decepticon part of this campaign. It's just mass murder. Merciless death all around. Pry the door open, let's go.
Wait, there's a speed duel version going for $1,000? Oh damn. For fucking Legend Blue Eyes.
No, it's the thing, you notice when you go back to the stores now, they're going back and they're selling all these edition packs. Like, I went back and I could have sworn, I'm like, what the fuck era am I in right now? Because when I went to Walmart and I see it on the damn card shelf, it says the packet, and it says at the bottom the year it came out, like 99 to 2001. I was like, it says Legend of the Blue Eyes White Dragon. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? And then I see Dark Magic Chaos or some shit it was called? Or Magical I forgot what it was called. It said something about Chaos Magic or something. I don't know what that card pack was called. I know Yugi was on the cover.
Well, I know the they're selling a pack right now that has a platinum rare of one of the Egyptian God cards, and apparently if you pull it, which is rare, it's worth $500 right now. You get one. If you manage to get one, it's worth $500. It's a platinum rare version.
Damn.
I hate it when someone tells me why buy a CD when you can download it for free. Fuck that. Chris, if only I had the room for CDs, I probably would buy a bunch of shit ton of CDs right now. I just don't have the room. I can't even find space to hook up my Xbox Series X for crying out loud, because if I did, oh man, I'd be emulating everything under the sun right now that I can.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit.
I would love to play me some Silent Hill 2.
I would too, even though I know it's gonna give me a fucking headache. That's oh my god. No, not the controls. You forget, it's a Resident Evil styled esque. You know, old game, I have to think. It ain't Resident Evil 2 remake where I can go in there and I know what the hell I'm doing.
It's not that bad, you could somewhat see it.
I know a lot of people hate Silent Hill Origins, but it was the closest thing that was not made from the original developers that was at least close enough to the fucking, to at least how the first two felt. Yeah. It was on PSP and then they ported it to PS2.
That one wasn't bad. I like that.
Well, the thing, okay, here's the problems that it has. Even though some people say, oh, the first two games don't give you a clear depiction, no matter what the game tells you, there's no true background to what really happened, its interpretation. So so Origins tries to give you an origin, but the origin stuff that it gives you contradicts what we were told what was the origin. Like, at least if you do an origin, we're supposed to see an interpretation, but it's still, it's like, okay, this might not be what we pictured it, but the event was this was the event we imagined.
I look at Silent Hill Origin it's
what the hell just happened to me?
I don't think it was supposed to follow the story.
It was supposed to. No, it wasn't. That was because at the time, trust me, I knew my Silent Hill when I was figuring it out at the time. That was what it was supposed to be, Leroy.
Oh, was it?
It was meant to tell, like, the order, you know, the cult with Alessa and the dark god and all that. Yeah.
I wonder if they do make a Silent Hill remake. Are they going to go back to the drawing board and just like come up with a new story? If they do reboot Silent Hill,
I still think they should do the treatment that they gave to RE1 and 2 and just do that for the first two games.
Oh, I mean the way you move your character and
no, not just that, but I'm talking about completely, like, make the story for the redo the story, not redo the story, but just do it with the way Resident Evil 2 and 1's remake did. It's still the same story, but there's a lot of context added for the story, so it was new player and old player friendly.
What about when it comes to picking up ammo?
That should, I mean, they're probably gonna tailor that. That would probably be tailored to difficulty.
No, but I mean, like, would you have to like pick up powder, or like would it just be like actual box of bullets and all that shit?
Oh yeah, no, they should. That's what I'm saying. They should reincorporate the older stuff. Therefore, let's say, so Silent Hill, the town doesn't seem so barren. Draw inspiration from the Evil Within 2, but on a larger scale. Because remember, Silent Hill's bigger than.
Launch it like that.
No, no, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the open world. Remember, it's a horror. That's a horror game, but it's open world.
No,
and that was a big step for the Evil Within. So I'm thinking, since Silent Hill is already like that, it's got an open world, but make it more open, like. So if you want certain resources or certain guns to help you in the future, you can take certain side objectives, like go locate this, or go to this building, or do this, this, and this. Like, make it so you can know how to play the game. You could play make it so you can play Silent Hill at your pace.
Yeah, and then have like in the options where you know, enemies hit harder, or you know, they hit less, or you know, there's less ammo. You're on normal or hard mode.
Yeah.
Kind of like that.
Oh, I didn't know. I forgot I can destroy fucking.
And they should have an easy mode or a game developer mode.
Or I mean, do what they did with Resident Evil. Resident Evil, those difficulties are misleading. All the difficulty does is just the the combat and handling. That's all it affects. Where if you play normal or hardcore, your lock-on doesn't automatically lock onto the enemy's head. But if you're somebody who just wants to casually go through, you play easy mode. The enemies are still difficult, but you'll have a chance to be able to lock onto their soft spots. Which I think that's fine. That's how that should be played, because it works. It works for Resident Evil, and Silent Hill, and basically Silent Hill would be no different. It would just be a Resident Evil game, but with supernatural elements and mystery over a viral and zombies.
Well, I mean, if they pulled off, they probably could. They could probably theoretically outdo Capcom. At least right now.
Somebody, I don't know if, because Konami hasn't said anything about this, but it's like either Sony or one of their studios under them somehow must have got Silent Hill under them, because they're talking, if Sony secretly fucking bought or took fucking the thing, the Silent Hill IP, because they're talking about Hideo Kojima is back on board for Silent Hill, and I'm like, he would only be doing that if it's not with Konami. So that means Konami does not have to have it. Konami probably does not have to have it. Or they have no choice. They have no choice, and they outsourced it to Sony. But it's 100%. Sony would probably only take Silent Hill if they said, "We're doing the game. We're doing the game without your interference." And I doubt Konami is gonna fucking say a goddamn thing about it.
Well, I mean. Well, yeah, because I mean, how long has it been since Konami's been in hot water, and even still people trash talking about Konami still?
But you know what saves them? It's the fucking, what surprisingly was Metal Gear, but now it's just, the last thing that saves them is the Yu-Gi-Oh games, believe it or not. Because that's still their full IP. And that's the one license they haven't fucked up. I'm amazed. I mean, aren't you surprised they didn't fuck that up?
Yeah, I'm surprised too. Oh man, damn, this Junk Media guy seems to have a big hatred for USA.
Plus, I gotta also get a hold of speaking with because SGR says he wouldn't mind being a part of the podcast at some time, so, but he's on a different, what's it called? I think he's got a 3-hour difference between us.
SGR?
Yeah, SGR Unleashed, like, cause we fixed whatever was going on with us and them, you know, how he was caught in the misunderstandings. And he gets that how we are when it comes to speaking with certain individuals, and he got SGR Unleashed. You remember him? He was somebody that he was somebody that was also on Retro's case, but Retro, they fixed it up, that type of thing. Where's that other tank? It says there's one. Oh, there it is.
Well, I have to give my computer a break because it's starting to lag. I have the stream up, so I have to give it a break. It's hard in the connection.
Shit, the neutron gun isn't working. Yeah, I'm out of a fucking energon, you would think. Hell, I'm using the thumbnail I would have used for the history lesson, but I said fuck it, it's just a badass picture of Optimus, and I can't say no to not using it.
The door shut on its own.
The door shut, yep. Time to haul ass.
Is there ever going to be a time where Konami smartens up and actually becomes a good company again? Or is there a chance?
Somebody needs to take over them, yeah, seriously, somebody has to. Like, if you want those IPs saved, and I know the last... Okay, let's believe it or not, Konami, the only place that their IPs would thrive at least the most... Let's be real, because Xbox is not going to do much with it. They're barely doing much with what they have.
Alright.
I would say, obviously, unfortunately, because let's be real. If Sony had exclusively does Silent Hill, they're not gonna let it not be made until it's fucking done. And you know they're gonna try to reincorporate the canceled Silent Hills aspect.
Mm-hmm.
I ask you, no, I order you. Help us in this dire time of need.
I kind of want Silent Hill to be revived, because one of the family members really likes watching Silent Hill.
Say, okay, you know what they need to do? Just remake the first trilogy, graphics and everything, but just keep the core stories the same, or make it so the 3 stories intermingle as one consistent trilogy. Then if that is successful, then do original stuff that wipes out all the games that people don't like from the series. Just go and make a new 4 or a new Silent Hill 5, like stuff that's at least story driven.
I could go for that.
And I woke up something big. Metroplex.
That game when I had the stream on, it looks really fun.
I woke up an ancient transformer.
Metroplex heeds the call
Oh,
of the
damn.
last bride.
Optimus, what just happened? Easy, Perceptor. He's one of us.
By the way, from what I looked into, apparently the Shaman King anime series is going, and I haven't heard anything bad about it being going local.
Which one? Wait, where?
Shaman King.
I haven't heard. Huh. I haven't heard anything about it, so I don't know.
There are 3 warp cannons shelling the Ark. I'm uploading the coordinates to you now.
Have you ever watched Shaman King?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay.
Well, because here's the problem. Where I'm at, like my cable, they just to watch anime, you have to pay for the channel separately for the anime channel.
Wait, oh fuck that.
Why think everything I do on? Why think I get everything and watch it online or listen to it? Or if I'm at my cousin's house, that's different.
It's too bad Tubi doesn't have the anime that I would like to watch, because otherwise I would ask for.
They do got old school stuff. They still do got a lot of old school stuff. It's just it's the obscure stuff and not most of the common.
Well, what did they got for Tubi that's obscure anime that I could watch? Like, do you know what they got?
Trust me, they have a lot that my brain can't even keep up with it. I only see stuff that they stopped playing on, like Funimation and all that. The stuff I remember, like The Mightiest Disciple is on there. The original Berserk is on there. The original Fist of the North Star's on there.
1 and 2, right?
The animated movies and the series.
Yeah, the TV show.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Cool.
They have the original Yu-Gi-Oh on there, all the original iterations.
Do they have GX?
Yeah, I was saying they have all the iterations of each show from original at least up to now.
Well, I would probably only watch GX. I'm not interested in Zexo or the Synchro era.
I stop at 5Ds because at least it's the closest thing to. It takes place in the original city, which is what I'm fine with.
I tried to watch 5Ds. I couldn't get behind the notion of riding on motorcycles while doing it. That just turned me off.
Yeah. Oh wait, wrong gun. Hold up.
And I never saw V Reigns.
I haven't. Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's just something about after like the original show and after GX. I felt like their quality of story was nowhere near as good, and they were just trying to.
I'm like, how many stories can you tell with cards?
Apparently everybody hated the intro for Yu-Gi-Oh! RP. People are telling me how bad the intro is.
The very
One of the
people,
pennies.
the very people who say that intros are bad don't have one. That's how I view it.
No,
Incoming
but
what?
I kind of see why people said the intro is bad for RP because it looks kind of cringe.
Yeah. Yeah, but you know what's funny? For years, people would never chastise Angry Video Game Nerd because as much as we love him, he had cringy and Nintendo-based openings. But he had that for so many years. So why did people not bother him a bitch about him? But it's like they were like, you know what? Because he didn't allow people to change his allow people to change it. So he basically, I'm gonna keep it the way it is. If you don't like it, fuck you. I mean, now he, huh?
I don't know what James Rolfe's been doing. I haven't even looked at his channel recently.
He still does the Angry Video Game Nerd.
Well, he hasn't done anything lately that's really interesting for me to watch, so I'm kind of just like, yeah. I kind of get what you're saying. I was gonna ask you, John, why do you think certain YouTubers get away with that stuff and their fans just eat it up like that?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. It's like, I want to say fans and personal. Like, I think if we would have started our channels back in that time period, we probably would have gotten, because people would have watched anything. I tried to start back on the PS3 and 360, but I didn't have the stuff to do it.
I started, I'm not gonna lie, when I first started YouTube, I had a shitty web camera. It was a cheap, quick camera.
So did everybody.
Yeah,
I had this
terrible.
camera. Okay, tell me, do you know what this camera is? It was like a square. It was like a cell phone. It was squared, but it had once you recorded it, it was a full-fledged video camera. But it had the USB port that you would press the button, it would flip out the side, and then you could plug it in. Wait.
I think I remember that.
Oh shit.
And the thing I don't understand either is like, why are you trying so hard to plug your Patreon and all that stuff? Like, okay, I get
Well,
it,
because
okay.
YouTube doesn't fucking. YouTube's got their shit like with the whole.
Oh, you mean the payment system?
Yeah.
Well, wasn't YouTube money trash when the first? What was it? The
No, there was a lot of stuff. That was what I'm saying. There was a lot of time. There was a lot of shit that fucked it up for everybody.
And let me guess, that's probably around the time Susan was put in charge.
No, that was happening. It was funny. It was happening at the time where she wasn't in charge, but that was almost like all the reason. Oh yeah, they're like, put her. Look at this. You got basically this guy in charge, and he's messing up. Lady, at Apocalypse, you didn't catch the blame, but you started right around that point. The fuck is this?
Well, honestly, if you were in
Duh.
charge of YouTube, who do you think you would put in charge to fix the platform? Who do you think would be suitable?
I don't know. I would just honestly let the. Here's the thing. I would start dismantling this whole fucking. It's like people were like, okay, make a YouTube for kids. Okay, good. That's fine. We'll make one. Oh, but the rules need to apply to YouTube. Yeah, fuck you. Bullshit. The rules ain't gonna apply to the adults, and it's also up to the parents.
You're talking about that thing where now you have to label your videos not for kids. That bullshit. I remember a lot of people wanted to quit because of that.
Yeah, but no one fucking tells these parents to let the internet babysit their damn children. That's their damn fault.
Are they just the same parents that let their kids play Call of Duty, but they want to say think of the children?
Yo, thank you. Seriously.
Think about the children. Why are you letting your children
And
play
let's
Call of
be
Duty?
let's be real. You could have the most modest child. That little bastard is gonna go to his friend's house against your word. Just okay, let's say you don't buy him the game, he's gonna play it at his friend's house. And you as a parent know you don't have jurisdictions or rules at another person's house. But then if you say, oh, then you can't just go over there no more. Oh, so you're gonna but then they don't wanna they don't wanna have the guilt in the way, oh great, I'm ruining my child's friendship. So it's either way, they're gonna be put in the position to let you do it anyway. I would know. I fucking work the system all the time.
Well, from what you told me, you're pretty rebellious when it came to rules, and you're like just like
To the video games, yeah, because I'm like, if I did everything, I was, but here's the thing, if you try to come into our fucking house and enforce rules that you didn't earn the right to have, so yeah, fuck my mom's ex-boyfriend. I would do it again. I'm not the one. I'm not the one with the son who's now fucking getting in trouble all the time.
Was he really strict on video game rules?
Okay,
like...
no. Here's the thing. The very thing you said you're not allowed to do, he'll do that exact same thing. So like when my mom bought me GTA San Andreas and said, "Oh no, he's not allowed to play it." It's not your fucking game, so why are you playing it? Like it's yours. I was like, you know, you should be taking my mom out on dinner dates and stop letting Madden parent your decisions.
I was gonna say, what my mom did with me was she monitored me when I was playing video games just to make sure.
Well, here's the thing. Even what's funny is monitoring me. She didn't have to monitor me because it did the very same thing she wanted. She was like, "Look, he's not bothering anybody. He's not annoying anybody. He's not, you know, up in everybody's grills. He's playing his game. What more do you want me to do? I'm not gonna parent the fucking game." Like she'll tell her, she'll be like, is he doing this? Is he doing that? Is he doing what these fucking people saying the game does? No? Shut the fuck up. That's literally what she would tell you.
Well, my mom wanted to do it for me because she was concerned if I would have been affected around video games. So, like, she didn't like mar me 24/7, but she made sure like if I was playing video games, and she asked me, "So, son, is this real or fiction?" I said, "It's fiction. It's not real." And I think I almost.
And what's funny is my example of why I should have been, because the funny thing is this is where my mom was like, you know what, yeah, your rules on trying to parent my son clearly don't work. This is why you don't have your son. You know, trying to parent me. He's fucking, because I told him this, I was like, so you don't want me to play a game that's based on real life? Okay, that's fine. Then why don't you pull out your gun and shoot me now, because I'm in real life. Technically, you don't want me to play anything in real life. How am I supposed to live then? I can't I shouldn't be playing right now. Technically, I'm playing and walking around. I'm playing a game right now. This is real life. So pull out that gun and fucking shoot me.
Oh,
where's
man.
the standards?
You actually said that. Oh man.
I was like, yeah, where's the standards? You know?
Well, let me put it to you this way. Not everything you imitate a video game you can do in
Not
real
everything
life.
you do. Exactly. So you know what I told him? He was like this. I was like, so you don't want me to play Grand Theft Auto where I can't get a hold of real life guns, but you letting me play a fighting game that I can blow up the goddamn planet if I so choose. Huh. And what's funny is when he did try to take my Tenkaichi 3, let's just say he went through 2 copies of Madden getting broken.
Oh shit, you did that? Oh damn.
No, you can't, 'cause you're not gonna at the time you're not gonna touch my Tenkai. Hey, like, you think I'm playing? I wanted to break his neck. And I told while he was in the middle of taking a fucking nap, and my mom was in the shower, and she came out to see me do this, but she said, "Look, she's like, look, you get your stuff. You're gonna go stay at your friend's house for the week or so." I said, "That's fine," because while he was sleeping, I took my metal bat and I pressed it against his throat, and he couldn't get up. He could see me, but he was like, because if I would have pressed harder, I would have caused a contusion, whatever the fuck you did, where it breaks the thing. And I told him, "You touch my shit one more fucking time, and I'm gonna show you fucking Grand Theft Auto."
Oh man, damn. Oh.
So and he used to just tell me, oh, he's like, this is what's wrong with your son. You don't let a man. Da, 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 da. She's like, bitch, you ain't his father. She's like, motherfucker, you ain't his father. And if you had your son, if you, it's clear that you don't got your son for a fucking reason. So don't be telling me something about my son if you don't have yours.
Yeah, exactly.
Cause for the same, that's the thing. That's why the mother took him, took the son away. Cause he was too fucking, like, overbearing with fucking discipline and shit like that. I'm like, yeah, bro, you ain't gonna do that shit, not to me. Cause my mom knows after a certain time, I'm gonna start throwing my hands back. Only if you're my mother or my father, well, I'm not gonna respond. I'm not gonna lash back because it's for, you know, if y'all mad at me, then it's for a good reason. Yeah, you're not gonna fucking take my shit and try to ground me for months for leaving out a game CD that you would know that I don't even fucking touch. Oh, but yeah, I used to tell him, I told him, I was like this, how about you lay off the bottles so you can remember when you don't put your goddamn game away? He used to, and that's the thing, that's the one thing that would piss him off, because he'd be like, he used to mumble to himself, he's like, I'll be goddamn if I'm gonna let a fucking kid or a teenager put me in my goddamn place. I'm saying, well, if you were my mama, you better get used to it, bitch. I was like, my mom parents me, she's just as much as a fucking mother to you, because she takes care of your sorry black ass. That's what I used to tell him all the time. I used to play no fucking games with what I would say to him. He used to say, oh, you what now? You say, I'm like, I'm in your face right now. Cause one, if you touch me, one, you're gonna have the cops on you. Two, my mom's gonna beat your ass. And three, my father will probably kill you. So either way, you being a fucking, like really, he think to himself, and I used to make him test himself. I used to make them like, so, is your life worth you trying to pop me right now? Or you thinking you're gonna pop me in my face?
Oh, man.
That's how I used to quite literally get him the fuck off when he would threaten me, saying, yo, he's like, I swear to God, I want to fucking I swear I'm gonna shut your ass up. I was like, well, good. Wave to Satan when you go to hell. Oh, he hated my ass, trust me.
They did a study a while back, and they tested children with video games, and actually when the kids started playing video games, they were actually less violent.
Not saying, yeah, it's like that it's a whole misconception.
Yeah.
So when my mom found out that it was a misconception, she used to get so fucking mad because she was like, wow, so these people trying to tell me this about you, but really you weren't complete. I was like, exactly. I'm like, ma, the schools are stupid.
Well, I think there's a lot of stupid, uneducated people that think that video games cause everything. It's like, no.
They still do. Yo, seriously! Okay, so Vietnam, which was in the 60s, no video games. So the violence, what was the violence drawn from, huh? I'm wondering. Ask me that question. Tell me that question, everybody. Where did the violence come from? I mean, because you're not going to blame the U.S. troops. We all know that. So where did the Vietnamese get all angry from? Why? Because we stepped on their fucking land and we had no purpose to do so.
I was going to say back when Spartans were alive, let's just say if they found you unworthy as a baby,
you get thrown off the fucking ledge. Exactly. You get killed. So like, these people are stupid.
Well, didn't that guy that tried to commission video games to like get told fuck no or something? Remember that video you did on that one site that's trying to do video games? Didn't it? I probably
he failed.
Yeah, he probably failed. I imagine. Because like, how can you replicate everything in
You doing a video game, seriously. I mean, if the fucking, okay, if that one lawyer who was trying to make a career of trying to destroy the Grand Theft Auto franchise lost his career and now can't even get a job as a lawyer anymore, he's banned from ever going for a lawyer's license. And that was the end of his career trying to take down Rockstar. Where'd that end up? You can't literally, he can no longer, like, he could go to jail if he tries to go for his license again to law.
Oh shit, it was that bad, eh?
Yeah.
Thanks for the assist, Metroplex.
You don't fuck with our video games.
God damn, that's a big motherfucker. Metroplex, Jesus Christ. These 6 Decepticons just had me cornered in a tight-ass hallway. He broke the wall. Got to me quick.
Let's just say if there was a country where they did bad video games, what's to stop people from going outside their country and just getting video games and...
Yo, seriously. How are you gonna, like Brazil? Okay, Brazil wants their game... Wants games... Oh, no, wants... Just to have the PlayStation reduced in price in their country, they want it manufactured in their country, but since it's manufactured elsewhere, they basically charge you for all new consoles from PS4 to Xbox One or to PS5 to fucking the Xbox One. They will charge you $1,500 for the console, or if you illegally import it, you will do 25 in prison. All because the consoles aren't manufactured in the country. But the more they have all these people, you know, the fucking Brazilian, like, recently they're starting to realize the benefit to their economy they could get from video games, but they need to just loosen up some of their restrictions.
I was gonna say, I remember the importing laws were so bad for Australia because if you tried to import the certain games when it was the PS3 360 era, you would literally go to jail for it. But some people stuck out their neck and made videos and said, "Fuck you, government. I'm still getting my game."
Yeah.
Oh man. You can't rebel. You can't try and quell people.
Seriously, the government should not be doing, like, why is the government trying to play like they're the big father when they can't even the fucking US is like a battered spouse wife. It can't even hold down one man for more than 3 years, 4 or 5 years.
That's a good question. What I'll probably do is I'll download my game a little bit later.
Oh Jesus! Oh wait. Ah, that's right. Okay, I gotta enter targeting mode. I have to get closer. Got it. Break it, Metroplex. That is a big fuck. How the fuck did you Autobots lose Cybertron with a big motherfucker like that? The Decepticons don't have these bitches. Oh wait, it took him down. Okay, that's probably why. Okay, Metroplex went down. I shouldn't have spoke too soon. Okay, that's probably why.
Optimus, the armed shields are down. It's about to get torn apart. Metroplex is down.
So, has there been any crazy, stupid stories lately in video game?
No, things have been surprisingly quiet.
Yeah?
Which is unfortunate. Besides the whole thing that's going on with DC and Tim Drake, and now there's, oh, the re-crowd is coming from my video. Because they're trying to justify it, and when I smack them with comic book facts, it's always ending where you're a bigot.
Yeah.
Oh, really? The re-crowd, huh?
Oh yeah.
So did they recently comment on that DC video you did, or where are they coming?
DC video.
Oh, the DC video? Oh, okay. So they are piling it.
Oh, you motherfucker.
Are they just as bad as The Last of Us 2 fanboys?
Yes.
Oh, jeez.
Optimus, you read me? If you read me, the Ark is going critical. You need to act fast. We enjoy our nap.
Megatron, look what I found.
Optimus Prime. That is what they call you now, isn't it?
Oh shit.
Isn't it, Megatron? How easily
What's up?
one adversary
Have you ever seen, you know that scene, was it, did you use it for me in a video with Metroplex bashing the shit out of Megatron?
You defied me. All of this is
Which
You
video
use-
are you talking about?
You used it in some sort of execution video from the Cybertron game where the giant robot, while Megatron is talking shit, and that big ass robot comes from the outside and you just keep punching him and punching him and punching him.
Actually, I don't recall actually using that clip yet, actually.
It was used, I've seen it, used on some front.
Well, if it was, it's probably old. It's probably that misunderstanding.
Mm-hmm. Cause I'm saying I'm at that part where Megatron's about to get smacked by that big ass robot. Motherfucker's monologuing. Heck, get him, Metroplex. Come on.
Stop running, you fool. Stand and fight.
Yeah, you ain't getting up from that Megatron. I am sorry. I want to do it again for good measure.
Have you ever watched Beasties? It's kind of like Transformers, except they're in animal forms. Have you ever seen that one?
I think I've heard of it. Jesus, okay, two punches are, one punch already killed the fucking guy. I get to hit him 5 extra times. Make sure his ass is dead. I know Optimus is not cold-hearted, but he'll let Megatron get knocked the fuck out 5-6 times to make sure. Starscream, you better bounce.
When it comes to Megatron, I'm pretty sure Optimus will do anything to get rid of Megatron.
Yeah, but it's like he still, it's almost like, doesn't he still hold back when he fights him? Like, okay, this is one thing I know about Optimus. He doesn't like to kill his own people. Cause believe it, I mean, think about it. Him and Megatron had to have some sort of cooperation at one point.
Maybe.
Because when the fight is with them, it's always personal. Oh, they retreated. Good.
You mean all the energon we saved for the Ark is gone? There's barely enough left to last a megacycle. We need to find more energon, and quickly. I have a hunch. Grimlock. I know where to start. Grimlock? He deserves
So when I get this Activision account set up and everything, what modes are there that are really fun to play?
I would say, besides zombies, multiplayer you'll be good with TDM, Hardpoint, Nuketown, Hijacked. There's a couple of, like, ones that are not too complicated. They're just like you get in, and you get in, you go.
I gotcha.
You ready, cliff jumper? Always.
What about that mode you're playing where you have to survive
Too much fun without me.
the zombie hordes?
Yeah, that's zombies.
Need some rescuing.
Oh, okay. That's the mode you're talking about? The one where you got up to level 15? That's the one? How hard of a time do you think I'm gonna have with that when I first try it?
You just have to... Once you know what to do after the first few fuck-ups, you'll get it.
Well, I noticed, like, when you got way up there, you have to, like, just shoot and sprint really quick. Like, only shoot them, like, a little bit and then, like, sprint.
Oh, that's because we try to thin out the zombies by letting crowds of them follow us. So we'll stop, like, we'll run a safe distance where they're away from us, then turn around, shoot at them to thin the herd, and then keep going. So it's basically you need to haul ass and shoot.
Right, gotcha.
Oh, this is jazz.
I'll check it out tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
I want to get some stuff done today. Also gotta eat. Actually, so it's good to have the internet to myself for the most part.
Okay, there we go. Oh fuck. Shit. I'll be right back. I gotta pee.
Alright. I'm just grinding right now. Actually, since this is only a turn-based, I might turn on the computer just until John gets back. Alright, let me turn it on. Pardon me. Okay, chat's quiet. That's good. Just monitoring the chat a little bit until John comes back. What? I blocked. Bullshit. The one thing that's kind of annoying with the game I'm playing right now, the input delay is pretty bad sometimes. Which is unfortunate.
Alright.
I decided to monitor it a little bit until he came back.
There we go.
Just to make sure, you know?
Yeah, well the problem is, Libra, you won't be able to download this because they took this off the store.
What, the Transformers?
What I'm playing, yeah. The only one on there is Devastation.
Well, you know, there is a way to get around it.
The disc.
Yeah, the disc.
No, wait. This one is not on disc on the PS4. Only Devastation and the Dark Spark, which...
Wait, seriously? They don't have a physical...
not for this one, because this was physical back on the PS... Because I got this when it first came out on the PS3.
Oh, so I'm fucked from ever playing it. Great.
Yeah.
Lame.
You would have to order the digital code or something.
I hate when companies do
that.
Just like, give me
the game or no.
Give me a physical game at least, because like fuck man.
Yeah.
Like, people can argue all day about these physical games are an installation disc. At least I can fucking still play the game.
Mm-hmm.
you completely get rid of it, it's kind of like, do you guys hate money or something?
It's like, you know, if you still, like, if the, like Activision, since they still own the IP and the license, if you just let the games all get released on one thing, like, port them or whatever, or the ones that are still on disc, let them be on, like, let them still be sold, because you're still gonna make the money from it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know anymore with those people, with them.
I keep trying to tell everybody, if we go full digital and console, you're just gonna have
See, okay, I know people. I know what people feeling about PS, because I know people are still saying, "Oh, PlayStation's not doing the same thing with backwards." Like, they kind of are. They're starting slowly with PS4 to PS5. So they know from this point forward, PlayStation knows from this point forward, they have to make that a mainstay feature. They can't remove it, or Jim Ryan will have a fucking case on his hands.
No, I get that, but my concern is, since people are mostly buying digital, like, is there going to be a point where this corporation stop printing physical, and then these corporations are going to decide what they, make it where what you can do and what you can't do with your games? Like, basically, they'll be like, fuck you, you want to play your game? Well, too bad. It's digital. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I saw what they did to those Autobots. Did he say Shockwave? Did he say pets?
Shockwave. Oh, Shockwave's here. I forgot about that. Damn, I forgot what Autobot I'm playing as. I keep forgetting his name. Is this Sideswipe?
the only ones I remember is Bumblebee and Optimus Prime.
Yeah, there's Sideswipe, Wheeljack, RC, which is the only female. And she's a motorcycle. Hey, it's funny how that character, a female Autobot, has more character than most human female characters. That tells you something.
That's sexist.
But yeah, she's a bad bit. Okay, you remember in the Bumblebee movie, you know that one, the one female sounding Autobot at the beginning that's saying, "We've lost touch with the Capitol." That's RC.
Oh man.
So basically anything you see as motorcycles, but I mean, to fit the frame of a female robot, the motorcycles are a good choice.
Look, I'll tell you that. I'll tell you this. Sometimes the female Autobots sound more respectable than a lot of these women out there complaining and all that shit.
The Womans.
The Womans.
Attack drone. Ooh. And I got an upgraded one. Okay, that's perfect.
I do like seeing Raging Golden Eagle cover how like marriage has been going down and all that stuff, and they're starting to lose money. It's like, well, yeah, guys don't want to be fucked over with marriage contracts.
How the fuck did you hear where I was coming from? Oh wow. So it's like now I can't stealth this part. They all saw me. Fuck. That's all good. I prefer a fight anyway.
I tried to stealth in one of the Call of Duty missions, but one of the NPCs somehow saw me and everybody was afraid.
Hey, that's the thing with Call of Duty. They expect you to be very anal about it. About your fucking stealth and all of that. It's like they expect you to do everything.
They can't do a nobody can do any kind of stealth element properly except for like fucking Metal Gear back in the day. It's like
okay. What about Splinter Cell?
Well, Splinter Cell was good.
Splinter Cell, Hitman, because Hitman does a pretty good job. Hitman is like it. Okay, it is, you know, even though it is stealth, it's a stealth game. where most stealth games you gotta just avoid that game. You're incentivized to you gotta kill your targets. You just can't kill innocent people, but we're retarded. We're gonna do it anyway.
I just noticed like a lot of these companies struggle with trying to do stealth properly. I'm like, how can you fuck that up?
What was this game? Was it made by Shinji Mikami or another person? It was on the PS1. It was a ninja. It was like a early ninja stealth game. It was kind of like Ghost of Tsushima, but on a linear path. But you gotta do stealth hardcore. Like you have to be a ninja.
Wasn't that the Legend of Shinobi series?
I don't know. I'm thinking of. For some reason the name of the game in my head I keep hearing the words Tenchu.
Oh, Tenchu. I think I know what you're talking about.
Which I don't know if that's the case, but I just know that for some reason that game is ringing a bell. As if that, I think that could be the game I'm referring to. It's just I don't know. Oh, Cliff Jumper. I'm Cliff Jumper. Okay.
I'm glad Ghost of Tsushima has been doing very, very well.
The DLC comes out at the end of the first expansion comes out at the end of this month, and it's all the expansion.
Is that where you explore the island?
Well, it's not just like it's basically an island. Because remember, Tsushima's an island, but it's gonna be a whole other island the same size as Tsushima. So I'm like, oh shit, that's not bad. You know, it's a whole new fucking area, and they said it's gonna be more for not an actual like story talking about the Mongols and all that. It's going more into the supernatural sense.
Well, you know what? As long as we do a profit.
Yeah, because you haven't played Legends yet, have you? The Legends campaign? Because the Legends campaign is the supernatural stuff.
Honestly, I think I kind of gave up on a little bit because there was this quest where I couldn't find these Mongol spies. They didn't tell me where
okay,
to
so
find
are you talking about regular Ghost?
Yeah, regular Ghost. There was a mission where I was trying to find.
Well, I was talking about Well, I mean, because what you do on Tsushima Legends doesn't affect that. Legends is its own thing where you're your own character and all that. Right. What the hell is up here watching me? Ooh. It's one of those things. Oh, fuck spy bots. And these fuckers can see me regardless of where I go.
At least would want to go back to Tsushima just to say fucking just beat the game, alright? Like,
I had to do it. I beat it.
I cannot find these Mongols.
Is it a side quest? Because you know whatever you do, you can finish. Oh, you can just go back and finish it though, because it becomes an open world after that.
Oh, okay. I wasn't
Yeah,
sure.
you can go back and do everything. It lets you.
Okay, then I'll just say screw it for now and just keep the campaign because I want to find out what happens with Jim. So I might just say fuck it, just follow the campaign again.
Shit.
Yeah, but Sucker Punches has been on a roll.
Oh yeah.
It's been like. You think the sales would slow down after a while, but no, people are just like praising it and saying go buy this game, and you know, like it's just.
I laugh because somebody tried, some Last of Us fan tried to say, oh, the game is only popular because of a coordinated effort for the gaming community just to buy it over The Last of Us.
No.
I'm like,
that's not it at all.
People wanted to. If people like a good game, they're gonna buy and play a good game.
I was gonna say when I look up The Last of Us 2, all I see is like maybe walkthroughs. That's about it, and even those are slow. There's only like detail comparisons. It's like The Last of Us 2 has really become irrelevant.
Okay.
The only ones that are keeping it alive is the
fanboys, the rees.
The retards, more like it.
Cause okay, then what happens when Neil makes Last of Us 3 and it completely fucking bombs?
They'll probably just come up with a stupid excuse like, "Oh, you're a bigot" and all that stuff. Wouldn't surprise me. Whole culture is fucking dumb.
When it's funny how your own cast members are now eating you alive.
Yeah, didn't the person who played Abby start to shit talk about The Last of Us 2 even?
Yeah.
Although, why did she defend the game in the first place?
Remember, think about it. You're contractually obligated.
Yeah, that's true. That kind of sucks. You're contractually obligated to do that shit.
I mean, it's not as bad as Joss Whedon, who frickin' locked Gal Gadot in a room for 2 hours to convince her to let the scene in the 2017 where the Flash falls flat on her chest and on top of her, where they said this scene doesn't make sense. Okay, so we're gonna lock you in a room for 2 hours until you agree it makes sense.
Wow. That's quite cool.
Mm-hmm. Now the thing that pisses me off with this game is that Activision turned off the online, which I don't know why they did, because people liked it a lot. You got to customize, you got to create your own Autobot and Decepticon.
They didn't tie the platinum to multiplayer, did they?
I don't know. I don't.
Have you looked?
No, I haven't. From what I saw, it was just because I did mostly campaign stuff, and it says I'm almost probably complete with the trophy account. So I probably none of them's on for that. I don't know.
I can look, although unfortunately I'm never gonna get to play it because Activision, you didn't give me a fucking option to get a physical copy.
You can only get a physical copy, yeah, like I said, of Devastation and the third one to this game, which the third game was a crossover.
Oh man. Activision, where did you go wrong?
We keep making Call of Duty.
Alright, I'm gonna check the trophies and see if them require multiplayer. I don't think so. I don't think they would do that. Normal, hard. All I see is chapters. Create a custom character in multiplayer. RIP. Hey, John. Apparently you have to create a custom character on multiplayer. So they took it down. You can't get the platinum in this game no more.
Well, there goes my fucking character that I had created, because I had a fucking character. Because when it came out,
look at this shit. See, Activision, why'd you have to force this game to be multiplayer to get the platinum? Are you out of your minds?
but saying if you get the third one, you don't. I know the third one doesn't have multiplayer, because the people, even though people don't want to count it, since it's a crossover game, Rise of the Darkspark is technically the third in this trilogy, but it's like they make an excuse where they rip a dimensional portal, so the Michael Bay universe and the classic universe end up crossing.
Alright, I imagine Transformers Devastation is only single player and there's no multiplayer.
Yeah, it's all single player.
Although, why is the platinum 0.1%? Is it that hard to get the platinum?
No. I mean, you just gotta go back and just do things at 100%. Oh shit.
Oh, okay. See, I question why certain percentages are low for trophies, but then I realize not everybody's a trophy platinum competitionist.
Shit.
I didn't think it'd be so low. The ones that seem to be high are like easy games that only take a couple hours to get the platinum. I guess people don't want to grind for platinum.
I am not gonna go that way. Fuck that. There's a whole bunch of Decepticons out there.
Well then, if that's the case, why are there some toxic PlayStation gamers that give you shit if you don't have a certain amount of platinum trophies?
I don't know.
Games on 100%.
Shit. Oh, nothing, Dustin. It's just me and Libra for right now, cause
Yeah.
Keo's knocked out.
He insisted he really wanted breaks. Give me a minute.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get this update and I'll set up my
Oh my god.
so we can start playing some
Shit! Open the door fucking quick before he shows up. Oh my god. Great, I'm stuck in a fucking corner. Wow, I couldn't go nowhere. They quite literally pinned me to the corner.
Oh, they did? Oh shit.
Like, when I jumped, it's like the fact that they were in front of me, that was the invisible wall. I couldn't jump over them. I was like, wait a minute, I done jumped over Decepticons a couple times already.
Secure this room. Yes, sir. You even know where you are.
By the way, I saw Ghost of Tsushima physical copy, but I didn't buy it, but I was surprised there'd be a physical copy of Ghost of Tsushima left in the game.
Hello there. Shit, I gotta go this way.
Because I remember all physical copies of Ghost of Tsushima, you couldn't get a physical copy. It was all sold out. Is there a reason why companies don't tell you how games are doing digitally? How come they keep it a secret?
That I don't know. Cause what the reason is because they can't, the physical version, like the physical sales are like the part that's more important to determine whether it's a success or not.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay.
Which that's kind of dumb.
Well, it is because mostly people are buying digital, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh my god. Wait, I don't have a...
Although it still did very well for physical, right? I think like people bought like, isn't it 5 million or so plus sold?
Yeah. Okay, I'm trying to figure out what the fuck? What the hell? How did he... Okay, wait a minute. I have an anti-jam perk. So how the hell did he jam my guns and I couldn't do nothing? I've never seen that Decepticon do that in my playthroughs.
Uh-oh. The video game curse continues.
Because like I was trying to throw out my dark hole, which would have killed all of them. But he shoots me with a jammer, and way past the 30-second jam mark, I was still jammed from using my weapon. I was like, yeah, no, kiss my ass. It does not jam that fucking long. It does not jam.
What I'm hoping is if they make another Splinter Cell game, I kind of want them to go back to the roots of just like making it really old school.
You would have to like well, I think I wonder why. You know, it's funny. But then Phil Spencer's like, all right, yeah, we don't want Splinter Cell. It feels old. Motherfucker, you're old. So shut up.
Like I just feel certain game franchises need to go back to their old roots. Like Call of Duty,
there we go.
Should have gone back to World War instead of like going to this futuristic shit where you're running on.
Well, the thing is, people are getting the World War II games again, and they're still bitching about it. That's why nobody takes the COD fan base seriously, because they're the most hypocritical. They're like, okay, you guys are getting something new. We asked for something new but familiar. Alright, we'll give you something familiar. Oh no, we'll give you something familiar. It's a rehash!
I know.
Take it or fucking leave it. Take it.
Is it? Me, I always knew that Call of Duty to a certain extent after it went off from its World War base, I felt like it was going downhill.
And you know what's funny? There was something that came out that kind of proved You know how quickly the controversy with the whole Battlefield 5 don't buy it, you don't like it, don't buy it thing?
Right.
So tell me how they say, oh yeah, we're not going to buy it, but the numbers came out later that it was bought.
Well, here's the thing, the female doesn't bother me because...
But you know what it was? They didn't want to realistically believe that it was set between Red Dead Redemption and Call of Duty. The fact that it was set between those two dates, and even after that, let's be real, you put any game against Call of Duty, even if it's a shitty Call of Duty, it's gonna beat that game.
And I didn't hear anything from DICE promising anything about they were supposed to make a realistic Battlefield game.
No, they never said that. They said that it was going to be a fictional World War II. And I swear, if people let a video game piss on the... If people say that a video game pisses on your ancestors, then you're clearly missing the message from your ancestor.
I guarantee you, if our ancestors were here right now, they'd be shaking their head and going, "What?"
They'll be like, "You guys need to stop being bitches. We didn't die for y'all to be pussies." What about? I mean, but then when people try to say there is no such thing as female soldiers, there was female soldiers, just not in America. But female soldiers in World War II existed. They were a thing.
I'm trying to remember if there was female soldiers. What country?
There was the French. They were in Europe.
Oh yeah. I remember that. Yeah. The thing is, when I was taught in school, they never really mentioned anything about female soldiers. They said there was one, but they never knew the details about them being on the front lines. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, so what about a modern game that uses female soldiers? Where's the double standard? Oh, it's okay because now it's part of the modern. It's now considered the norm. I'm like, the norm. Motherfuckers wouldn't even know what the norm is.
What's the norm? Is there a fan base that's not so fucking hypocritical? Like someone that actually can, not flip flop.
If they're, oh my god, he did it again. All right, how long before the jammer stops?
Like, what about the Silent Hill fan base? Are they hypocritical?
Not to my understanding. But they have one problem. It's like you want every game after Silent Hill. You just basically want every Silent Hill game to be Silent Hill 2. So if they do something different, you're gonna trash it. But then if they did a one-for-one thing, but like the other, you're gonna call them a like, the problem with all gaming fan bases is they are hypocritical. It's almost like if it's not the game if it's not the sequel or the game they envisioned, you're the one that ruined it. I'd be like, man.
Well, don't get me wrong. I like new changes, and I do believe certain franchises should stick to their old formulas. But I'm not going to be like a person that reads when they try and do something new. I'm just like, okay, well, it's not for me then.
Exactly.
Like. Now, when it comes to Silent Hill 2, I didn't even have a problem with Silent Hill 2 because Silent Hill 2 was actually based around its own story about, this person, James, is trying to figure out why his dead wife sent him a letter, but then he realizes, oh shit, I actually killed my wife.
See, the thing, the problem with Silent Hill is that the Silent Hill games should not connect to each other in characters or story. The town can be the perfect hub for a new person to be dealing with a horror in Silent Hill. Therefore, every game would be different with different monsters and different entities they come across. But the problem is, Silent Hill 2 set the stage. So Silent Hill 2, yes, Silent Hill 2 was great, but it also ruined its own franchise because then it's like everybody expects it to be fucking Silent. What's it called? they expect it to be Silent Hill 2. And if it's not Silent Hill 2, they don't want to give it a chance, but then they say we want new stuff.
It's really hard to find fans that are okay with everything just being acceptable or try something new instead of just complaining. It's real hard to find those fans.
And it's worse when you have to cater to fans who have fucking this problem called headcanon, where if it's not the way they envisioned it, it's bad. Even if it doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
AKA The Last of Us Part 2.
When I played Silent Hill 1, 2, and 3, I understood in Silent Hill 2 it was different story.
And somebody on Facebook tried to tell me about The Last of Us Part 2, saying, "Oh, so if you took over The Last of Us Part 3, you'd be willing to destroy the franchise just to change Part 2." I said, "No. I will only lose 10% profits because of the re-community, but I'll still make a full 90% profit rate for the fans of the game and turn the company around. I can do without the dollars from your community."
Well, yeah, because I'm pretty sure the real fans outnumber the people that are fucking reading and all that shit. And
yeah, they do, but I don't understand why these companies still listen to them. They're like, I don't know, like, is it gonna take somebody going bankrupt? Which I guarantee it's gonna be WB if they keep fucking up.
All I'm gonna do is just watch the fireworks because I know The Last of Us Part 3 is not gonna sell nearly as well as The Last of Us 2. Well, it sold well for a little bit, and then after everybody knew about it, it's like, oh, so you disrespected us. All right, fuck you then.
Seriously.
Oh, you false advertised? All right. Not buying your games never again. See, it wasn't just about political agendas, it was also false advertisement because guess what? That wasn't Joel. That was
that was that other fucking guy.
Yeah. And then there's still that line of, oh, you don't have to kill any dogs. Literally plays a cutscene where you have to kill Abby's dog. Oh, but we don't have to kill any dogs. Sure.
Video games aren't meant to be fun. I was like, okay, then how the fuck is there a gaming market, Neil? Trying to frickin' and then those fucking fans are trying to then they try to come up with every reason in the book trying to say, oh, if you don't physically play it, just watching it doesn't do anything, even watching the story. I'm like, the controller playing the game doesn't determine the story.
Well, I mean, the goalpost by saying you have to platinum both Last of Us games to say something.
Yeah. They're fucking. I know they keep changing the goalpost, saying that, oh, you have to platinum the game to have the right. I'm like, bitch, once the $60 or $70 goes onto the fucking game, I got the right.
I was gonna say I didn't have to buy it, thankfully. So.
And then the fact that, oh, you got a lot of nerve to say you can't fucking return it. I'm like, yeah, tell that to my sister.
Oh man, that was a great story when he told me your sister got a full refund. Yeah, oh yeah.
Cause I mean, quite literally, she made the person know. She was like, "Look, I know it's your job that you have to sell the game, but you know it's morally wrong to sell something that's misleading like this." Cause she even asked him, she's like, "Did you play the game?" He's like, "It wasn't the sequel for me, so no." She was like, "Well, then you'll understand," and he was like, "Yeah." So I'll just, you know, cause it was even before with the 7 days at that. Wait, he did the what now? Did he rig the bomb? He did rig the bomb. Oh shit. Damn, I still need one more upgrade, and that's a permanent health boost. I think I have, hold on. Where the fuck is it? I just had a fucking...
Well, hang on, John. I'll be back in the next few minutes, but I'll still stay in the chat.
Don't worry, I'm dealing with these Decepticons. For the Decepticon. Where the fuck is he? Okay, wait. It's shooting at a motherfucker?
You're gonna have to set the timer off manually. You're gonna need to plant a dead pack on the bomb. On it.
I need to do a what now? Haul ass.
Nice job, Clem. Ooh, that's a long way down. You stay here. Keep an eye out.
What? No. I'm not called Cliff Jumper for nothing. You stay here. I'll take the plunge.
Later.
That's cheating!
Actually, we're gonna listen to a video of somebody breaking down Last of Us Part 2's fan base.
Seriously, I do think that this generation of people, definitely younger folk, are like emotionally. It's not just younger folk; it's folks around my age as well. You know, I just turned 30, and they are irrational. They have these odd sort of emotional clings to certain forms of, it's not just media, it's really with anything, to the extent that, and there's nothing wrong being passionate about something that you enjoy, doesn't matter what it is, right? But it's one thing to be passionate, and it's one thing to be passionately stupid. And I think that's what I've learned probably the most, being a commentator that has grown over the course of the last year. And then I have an opinion that's to the opposite of some of these weirdos that have like stan accounts. And if you don't know what those are, they're these weirdos that have like Twitter accounts and other accounts that are specifically dedicated to like characters, certain forms of media, and stuff like that. And it's so bizarre to the point to where they'll sit here and monitor like the search results in Twitter, because you know Twitter has like a search bar, right? And you can search certain things that yeah, you know, anything really.
Oh shit.
Key terms, keywords, whatever. And as to be expected, when I said what I said, and I don't take it back or anything, and I said, and I reiterated, you know my opinion on this, and that was The Last of Us 2, the game, was absolute dog shit, right? That was something that I just wanted to remind people of, and the reason being is because, two reasons really, as we're about to discuss here in a little bit, some of the awards that it was inevitably going to win, and then I saw my buddy Ryan getting piled upon by, again, some of these sort of weird weirdos who call everybody that makes videos about how trash a game is or something like that, man babies and stuff. God forbid that's what makes you a man baby. But I guess making a account dedicated to particularly for these weird characters, like you have Ellie as your account and everything in your bio indicates this, and I don't know, you monitor search results and start talking down upon people that you see that you don't even follow, but they dare to say something bad about your game. That doesn't make you a man or a woman, baby. However, making videos apparently about how bad the game is or something like that apparently makes you a man and baby. These guys are fucking weird. I can actually pull up some of these kind of things here. Let me see if I can find that. One of these were, let me see. Again, if you watch the feed, if you're watching this or listening to this after the fact, you're not going to be able to see some of this. But let's go to my Twitter real quick. And there was some things. Yeah, here it is right here. For whoever needs to hear this, Last of Us 2 is dog shit. I'm not going to sit up here and spit this episode, or if you're watching an isolated video after the fact that I pulled from the show, I'm not going to break all of that down. I've done numerous videos and actual breakdowns, not just, oh, this is trash and being vague or something like that. No, I have actual videos dedicated to what specifically is wrong with the game. Now look, you can obviously find someone else that clocked as much hours as I did on the first game, Last of Us, the first one, particularly on the multiplayer, right, which was a throw-in. I didn't even get the game expecting it. But obviously I fell in love with that multiplayer, the 4v4, very competitive. I'm playing with my bros. I clocked a lot of hours, so I was obviously excited for the upcoming game, both the campaign or the main story, hoping that there was going to be some sort of multiplayer. And obviously having the leak saved us a lot of money, and then having watched a couple of, more than a couple of times, the actual playthroughs of the entire story, which is all that you need to actually analyze the story. And yeah, it was dog shit. And I broke down why exactly it was dog shit from a continuity standpoint. I never judged the gameplay or anything like this. But see, you have guys like this who are upset. Guy calls me dog shit. That's interesting. But these guys obviously don't follow me or anything like that. It was just getting bombarded by people who would call me stupid, say that I don't have an argument, you didn't play the game. And I want to be very clear about something. Not all of us are emotional brainlets, okay? Because for whatever reason, and this is what people that stand for this game, The Last of Us 2, suggest, that if you didn't play it, then you can't judge the story. That's bullshit, right? Absolutely. If I can watch a movie and judge the movie having not participated in its creation or anything like that, I can absolutely judge the story of a linear game if I actually watch someone play it. That's a very easy thing to do. But what they are trying to do here is dismiss your position in the event that you said, wow, that was trash, or this story is bad. They say, well, you don't understand because you didn't experience it. And I had people actually trying to explain this to me. Well, not people, just these weirdo stands. Let's see if we can find some of them. And let's see. Right here, like the entire game is on a meta level. It's about the relationship and the biases through the experience of playing it as a character. It uses that to get you to sympathize with the characters and understand them better. And none of that can be experienced by just watching it. I'm like, says who? Like, what difference if I was, say, sitting on the couch with Lady Ripper was walking through it, right, and playing through the game, and I viewed her, and I was just as attentive viewing her play the game. How in the hell can I not analyze that story, and what would change in the event that the controller was in my hand? Nothing. Nothing would change. But like I said, these guys are emotional brainlets, so what they do is project onto you, right? So they figure that they can't analyze something without physically, or like, I guess they find it a little more immersive, and then I don't know, because they mash the buttons, they figured that, well, it's different from viewing it. You can't objectively analyze a story of a game or anything like that. And I understand that games are interactive. It's all about, you know, having the controller in your hand. But essentially what Last of Us 2 is an interactive movie. That's all it is. It's interactive in the sense that there's between the cutscenes, there's like 20% of the damn game anyway. You move the characters around, but you have no bearing on the outcome of the story, right? The story is going to be the story no matter what, how slow or fast you go through it. The story is going to remain the exact same. You have no bearing on the outcome. None. It is a very linear story. It is a cinematic, interactive movie, and that's why normies love it. But for whatever reason, wow, a lot of folks obviously piled on this game, and they talked about how bad and definitely in comparison to the first one, how bad this particular game was. And now because there's all these people that are talking that didn't play it, that may have read up on the story or watched the story, they want to dismiss your criticism. If Last of Us 2 was heavily based, like if it was a Souls game, which someone brought up, then I could understand that in terms of if you were analyzing the gameplay. But we're not analyzing the gameplay. We're analyzing the story. That's what we saying is trash. Which I played a bit of the gameplay. I played about an hour of the gameplay, and then if you played the first one, you played the second one. It's not much different. It's still clunky. It's a game. Which for heavy story-based games, cinematic games, that's totally understandable that the gameplay is not going to be the greatest. But like something like Souls, which is like 100% or like 90%, let's say 95%, driven by the actual gameplay, right? So yeah, someone can't watch someone and not play it and then fairly criticize it. I totally understand that, but that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about The Last of Us 2.
At night, I've got the knowledge that there's something out there. The New York Times story changed everything. Accept it or not, some people actually saw this stuff.
It's a cinematic game, and this is why normies like it, right? Me personally, which I love the first one, don't get me wrong, which is also a cinematic game. But, like, most of the time, my experience when it comes to games, I want to have some sort of control. Right? I love to have, I want to play the game, right? I want to get good at the game. I want to actually not be having to have my hand drugged the whole entire time, which is what a lot of cinematic movies, interactive movie games do. But these weirdos want to dismiss your position in saying that it's bad, as if you had the control, if you're controlling Big Mama Pump, right? Or Ellie, or whatever, then that's different from if you view it. For some people, that may be the case. But not all of us are emotional brainless, and a lot of us can...
Somebody breaking down how The Last of Us 2 stands work.
In terms of the story, not the gameplay, the story. Easily, having watched it versus...
They basically hold the game to a Souls level of to a Souls game standard. You can't just review the story. You have to review the gameplay. If you didn't play it, that means you can review the story, but your review is not counted.
But let me first speak on,
These people are idiots.
Let me get to what I really wanted to talk about. I know 10 minutes.
So what you're saying is, if there's a pile of donkey shit on the ground, you have to eat it in order to review it.
Yeah, seriously, that's what they're saying. Oh, that's what they would always say, but I'm saying it's like the funniest examples they try to use.
Way that game was not going to win Game of the Year because it was not going to win based upon its gameplay. It was not going to win even based upon its story. It was going to
Everyone knows that. Shit, I fell into the energy. Oh, good thing he can jump up.
This is real corporate, man. These whatever it's called, the joystick awards.
The
whatever,
player's choice
they
is all
talk
that
about how
matters because
it's
those are the
Yeah.
fan-based. And look, if you still do not believe that award shows really in billion-dollar industries aren't some way, shape, or form, I don't want to say rigged, but let's say they are slanted one way, you're fucking stupid. It's in the music industry, it's in the movie, TV industry. Why wouldn't it be in the gaming industry? Why would that not have, why would gaming be exempt
What are you
and somehow
talking about?
the actual best game?
No, it's like he's giving the examples of how these people work.
From an objective standpoint,
Oh.
would be the actual game of the year. No, that's not how it works. That game, I told you, didn't matter. Damn B Animal Crossing. Goddamn Ghost of Tsushima. Which were objectively better, particularly the former. I mean, I can understand you don't really want to compare Animal Crossing to Last of Us 2. But, you know, I guess when you're talking game of the year, you kind of have to. But nonetheless,
You have to? No, because it's a
that
different genre.
probably should have won Game of the Year. Ghost of Tsushima or possible Animal Crossing. But as to be expected and as to be anticipated, I told y'all that that was not going to happen. I said that when Last of Us 2 dropped, it was going to be Game of the Year. And these crackheads that had absolutely nothing to do with the production, they just make stand accounts, they think they won something. A blind man could have saw that that was going to be Game of the Year.
So he thinks he's a prophet of some
No.
kind now?
Wait, what do you mean?
Well, because he said that it'll be Game of the Year and people that don't believe it.
Well, no, so like people like in general, like he's trying to basically say that you could tell the ones who feel that who say Last of Us is Game of the Year, are the ones that are in denial with their hands up on their ears, denying every other game, even if the game's objectively better than theirs.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
It's an interactive drama. It's not driven by its gameplay. Not to say that people won't get a kick out of the gameplay, but it's not driven by its fucking gameplay. It's driven by its story. So of course people are going to hold the story above all else.
Actually, it's supposed to be video game. It's supposed to be gameplay and story.
Well, the thing about the thing of it, The Last of Us, the gameplay is just there to get you by.
That was going to happen. I have the receipts. We were talking about this actually before this dipstick award thing came out.
But I've always
We were
said
talking
you
about
have
it
to
on the
have
show.
good story and gameplay.
And on the stream,
Otherwise, it's just
I was saying, yeah, man, that game is going to win Game of the Year. And there were a couple people in the chat was like, there's no way, it's so bad. It was going to win Game of the Year. I told y'all. Yes, it was dog shit. That was not going, being dog shit was not going to stop it from being Game of the Year. That's the game that's being played. But these idiots think they won something. They'll come in, whoa, it got Game of the Year. You man babies are mad. Maybe some of the man babies are that you are ever talking about. But some of us that aren't fucking retards said that that was going to happen.
Oh man.
You didn't win shit. You didn't win anything. You didn't win nothing. And it doesn't change the fact that that was still an absolutely dog shit game in terms of its story.
Yeah.
Oh, it gets worse.
So like
They continue to come after this guy. Here are the excuses that those people. He broke down the excuses, and still to this day they still attack him for it.
Currentize me, Cap.
But they don't want to say any. They can't say much because remember he's a black guy, so it would be considered fucked up.
Follow up, I just got through doing my stream, and there was some things that we talked about that we discussed.
Well,
Obviously,
as
that
long
was
as
in a
he's
lost
truthful
words,
and
man.
He is, yeah.
The last video that I did talking about.
But it's like you
I was-
think about it, that's what they'll use against him.
As I have been doing the whole week. I don't
Okay,
care
so
if
he
you're
was
tired of me talking
basically
about it, I
telling
really appreciate all
what
the
the
support
conception
from
of what the
fans.
people
Who
try
single.
defended.
That will be in the description.
Yeah.
As I continue support.
Yeah.
Climbing up and down these charts. I appreciate all of you guys' support. You guys have been absolutely amazing. Again, I will put the link in the description. The song is called The Great Equalizer by my band Backwards. It's T-A-C-K-W-O-R-D-Z. So, Last of Us 2, okay. There's some layers to what we need to discuss because I think a lot of these weirdos get it twisted, okay? First of all, stop making excuses for the terrible story, okay? You don't have to make excuses.
Yeah.
There's clearly a disconnect between the critics, the professional critics, corporate critics, access media critics, because there's a disconnect. There's a lot of people that is like very polarizing, and I think that speaks to the lack of moral integrity that they have. Because I've always had this sort of idea that they are to be taken with a grain of salt. Definitely critics that are tied to more corporate entities, bigger entities, because they want to maintain access. That you got to take those with a grain of salt. Also, that goes for even people that want to get access. So even more private entities, individuals, you gotta take with a grain of salt. But I certainly would trust the latter more than I would the former when it comes to this disconnect. And I already see it. People create invisible enemies. They have to try to perpetuate this nonsensical idea that the people that may dislike their product are bad people. So they're being called racist, transphobic, sexist, alt-right, all of these different types of people. They're saying that those are the ones that have an issue with the story. That's bull job, and I'm not going to allow you to get away with it. The story is garbage, and that's on the fault of whoever wrote it. Whoever allowed it to come into fruition, whoever thought it was a great idea to put out.
That was Neil.
And it's not just, yes, we know
Neil.
There's going to be spoilers. I don't care. I should spoil it for you. I don't want you spending your money on this game. But it's going to sell a lot. I mean, that's just kind of what it does. Normies are going to norm it. But for people that have actually played this first game and see the story play out,
oh damn, at least you talk normies.
You don't have to play it. It's a very linear, story-driven game. And I'm not talking about the game play. I'm not talking about the graphics. I don't need to play it. Nobody needs to play it to understand what happens in it. The story's already out. You can see hours upon hours of gameplay, walkthroughs, and so forth. It's already going. It's already ready to rock. And because it's a story-driven game, you're not given any option. You're forced into these situations. You know what happens. You can see it. It's out now. I know some people personally that did have a few copies. Nonetheless, I'm speaking specific to the storyline. If you play the first, yes, the game, a big time talking point as far as what pisses people off is what happened to Joel.
Man, these things give me the creeps.
But it's the context that makes it even worse. Not just even the fact that you got to play with a Big Mama Pump, the person that kills Joel, the way he dies. It's not just that. You also have to take into consideration the fact that the situation that he was put in makes absolutely no sense. And I'm just using this as one big example. The fact that he was set up allows himself, Tommy, or what have you, to basically give up their full names as to who they are. Which obviously triggers Abby. Which I don't understand how she thinks her father being killed off, who actually was ready to kill Ellie in the first game, nonetheless. I guess they have more high ground there. Nonetheless, the game actually tries to make you feel very sympathetic to Abby and try to make her a likable character. She's not. You hate her.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's what they were going for. You should hate her. Though it makes you hate her when you consider what's happening. But I don't think that was by design. But you know how cautious, how untrustful, like he's not gonna just trust folks like that initially, people that he just met. But he does that and it ends up getting them killed. That's what doesn't make sense. So it's also, and we've talked about this on this channel when it comes to the comic book, where writers write things to tell a story no matter if it makes sense for the character to be involved in that particular situation. So Joel's death is jacked up for a multitude of different reasons, but also it shows the piss poor writing when you consider how he died. What got him killed is something that is antithetical to his personality from what we learned in the previous game.
Joel.
It makes
Boom, just shot with a shotgun and then beat the shit out of us for the golf.
we know what happens in the ending. That also makes no sense. None.
Yep.
When you consider Ellie kills all of these people, gets her fingers bit off, doesn't kill Abby, makes no sense. But it didn't have to.
This'll do just fine.
What was the idea, the motive here? I don't know. But we don't have to make excuse for that piece of garbage.
I am worried about me.
I know a lot of people are going to support it out of spite because, again, they created the invisible enemy. They got to pretend that people that dislike this are those very, very bad people. And they just don't understand, right? And they just don't like to see LGBT. Like, shut up. The hell you talking about, man?
Keep them coming.
The story is trash. And it is layers of trash. Layers of trash. You waited, what, 7 years for this garbage? And it's amazing, because as I said in the last video, you think that the context would either make it better or at least remain sort of neutral. Because we got a gist of what was going to happen. But it's worse than that. The added context is worse. The added context is worse. It's worse, man. The added context is worse. It makes the game. I couldn't have ever even envisioned that it was going to be worse. But it was worse. And we don't have to make excuses for us. For them. At some point, people need to acknowledge that when it comes to what's coming out now, a lot of entertainment, there's a lot of garbage being put out. Now, they don't ever want to face that garbage because we have this little cultural war going on as well. So, God forbid someone actually dislike it, and believe it or not, there are people on different sides of the political spectrum that are like, this is garbage. This isn't an
How
exclusive
dare you not
opposite to
like
the
it?
left end.
You have to like what I like.
It was trash. It didn't make sense.
Do it faster.
Oh, fucking commercials.
Can affect the people I care about. That's why I'm helping protect myself.
Like, if you like Last of Us Part 2, you can't talk about the Mummy. I can say that right now.
Specifically to the storyline, and I have to continue to reiterate.
See,
And a lot of people are just gonna continue
the
to make
logic
excuses
isn't.
for it, and
In
they're
their
going
minds,
to
the
say
logic
that you
doesn't work
don't
like
like it
that.
because something's wrong with you as far
Only
as
their viewpoints are allowed to.
morality.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We deal with a lot of that.
They will continue to create because God forbid
YouTube's populated with that shit.
put out a bad product or a crappy product in one particular regard, and that is storyline. God forbid that they actually have to own up to that. That they have to own up to that, but they don't want to do that. Why? Leave that up for your personal interpretation. Why they want it? Why the audience continues that we're at this point. So the audience continues to get blamed in the event that there is this. A lot of people that may dislike, disagree, aren't really fond of what's being put out. God forbid that that is the case. But you can be. You're not perfect. But you get a lot of folks that hate it out of spite because that's just how it is. It's a culture thing. There was guys that are going to support this no matter what, and that was just what it was going to be. They were going to support it no matter what, and definitely when they saw who was disliking it, they were for sure going to support it top to bottom. It didn't matter what they put out. They were going to justify it, say you didn't understand, it wasn't for you, yada yada. What happens? But we don't have to make excuses. It's a garbage storyline, and everybody's in their right to dislike it. And I would encourage you not to buy this. Like I said, I don't even. If Redbox is still doing games, if GameFly stuff, they don't get it. Don't even rent it. Just don't play it. Only thing I said that, because maybe the gameplay's okay. Okay. All I can say is I know the multiplayer, which was what got me to get it. Because I collected a lot of hours. The first Last of Us is the game I probably played the most of all games that I've ever owned for PlayStation.
Fucking vehicles.
Clocked so many hours, so you can't tell me nothing about this game. And I clocked so many hours, not just playing like a normie, playing through the story mode. I clocked in all those hours playing 4v4 with my bros. very fun, very competitive. Only thing I can say is,
What the
they
fuck?
maybe release a side game, or more so if they add it as a DLC or something like that, or just maybe it's still on, maybe it's actually on the game.
Man, these fucking insects, they don't want me to get out of here.
The thing that I can see happening is they add that multiplayer, but more importantly, they sell it separately. So it's not a full game. It's like you want to play Last of Us 2 multiplayer. Batches. Okay. $15. And it's yours.
Get us out of here.
Okay. You consider it. But as far as
I
that
wonder how
storyline,
long it'll take for Last of Us 2 to go PlayStation Plus since it dropped to $40.
Oh, it dropped to $20.
Oh, it dropped to $20 already?
Yep, and Naughty Dog was pissed off about that. That the stores were doing that.
There's a lot of people who don't even understand the context. Half the time, I think a lot of the guys don't
Well,
even
fuck Naughty Dog.
I was feeling
Neil said Neil fucking put out that he got buried quickly, along the lines of saying that you don't pay $60 for pre-owned games, you buy it for quality. So people buying this below $20, I know people buying he says people buying it below $20. You know, you should think twice on listening to someone who pays for low quality.
Oh man, your logic is so bad, Neil. It's not even funny. I mean, you're the same guy that blocked my friend John Kill 3D, so you really have room to talk.
The high ground.
And you were what, doing a sarcastic joke and he blocked you? Right?
No, I got blocked for the fucking... Yeah, actually, you're right, yeah. My bad.
There it is. Transport carting away my energon.
Don't you mean our Energon, Starscream?
Oh, of course, Onslaught. Our energon. That idiot's shockwave allowed the Autobots to steal every last drop. Luckily, I have devised a plan to steal it back.
You mean we?
Very well, Onslaught. You explain the plan.
Combaticons, listen up. We need to divert the transport off the main road and into a sky ambush.
Can't take constructive criticism, can't even take a joke. Block.
Swindle,
Come
I
on.
want you to patrol the area to deal with any Autobot scouts who would give us away.
You bet.
Blast off, Vortex. You'll need to clear a shortcut through this canyon to the bridge.
Sounds simple enough.
Brawl will follow in a drop shot, and blast the supports to bring the bridge down. I like blasted stuff. Once the
I hear you
transport
typing.
takes course, we will join Starscream's ambush and reclaim what's ours. Remember, we
That guy
have
sounds like
Energon to pull this off.
sounds like a pretty good YouTuber.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Make it happen, Combaticons.
Even though he's a fandom menacer, he doesn't cover Star Wars. He goes after the woke stuff that's actually going on.
Which is good, that's where you should stay in your lane.
Blast off. Where'd you go?
I wish Geeks and Gamers would do that, but he doesn't.
Geeks and Gamers is retarded. Okay, let's see. It looks like I would have to split this game into two, which is fine by me. I just need to find the right thumbnail for it. Any thoughts on the rest of this woke bullshit, Libra? They're gonna keep coming back for us.
All I'm gonna say is good luck trying, because you'll never win an argument against any of us, especially John, because he knows his shit.
I wish they would know that. But it's like it's like me winning, it's like it gives them an aneurysm. It's like if I win an argument with anyone, they have an aneurysm. Like, just let me take the W. Don't artificially create a reason to be like, oh, no, even if he has a point, we're still right. Whoa, we're still right. That's not how the real world works. I mean, I wish this is how the real world... I wish us being able to manipulate our logic was how the real world works, but it does not. It doesn't. I mean, Lord knows we deal with this shit on a fucking daily.
Yeah, no kidding.
Alright, I'm closing this for. I'm gonna close the game for right now.